Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Jerry Wilmink, Chief Business Officer at a company called CarePredict. Thank you for joining us, Jerry.
Thank you. Excited to be on the call with you.
Well, give us some background, first of all, about CarePredict, and then we'll more or less get to the news.
Yes. CarePredict is a digital health company that is led by a team of caregivers and healthcare technology veterans. And we've developed a system that can detect the activity and behavior patterns that are precursors to conditions for seniors such as a UTI, depression, malnutrition, and even increased risk of falls in advance, using a wearable device that picks up the changes in kinematics on a senior's wrist. So when they're eating or washing their face, it can automatically pick those behaviors up, and when there's a deviation, it can flag that and tell the staff in a senior living community or a home care agency that changes are occurring and that action could be taken. We are commercially deployed, and we've been delivering actual insights in senior group living communities in the U.S. and Japan, and we found some incredible results where we've actually demonstrated outcomes where we've lowered hospitalization rates by 21% and actually reduced falls in the monthly fall rates by 30% in the communities that CarePredict has been installed in. We did launch our home care agency solution in 2019 and formally launched our consumer version, CarePredict at Home, at Consumer Electronics Show 2020. And we've seen some strong recognition and innovation awards for that as well.
And describe for us what the CarePredict at Home consists of and the costs involved.
The CarePredict at Home product is a product that can actually be installed in a senior's home, and it consists of a wearable device, batteries, charger, and 4 beacons, which are then wireless beacons, which are placed in the senior's home in their kitchen area, bedroom, bathroom, and in their social areas.
And what information is that going to provide to a relative or caregiver?
It gives you information on the senior's baselines, which includes their average sleeping duration, physical activity levels, sleeping durations, and when those changes, when you see a change compared to that baseline, the family member can be notified, and then can contact their loved one and explore if there's something going on. What we found, for instance, if the senior is depressed, they typically will exhibit signs of self-neglect. So they'll actually provide less personal care for themselves. They may avoid the presence of others. They will not spend as much time in bright lights or in direct sunlight outdoors. And they may be even skipping meals. So all of those things are picked up and presented to the family caregivers on our Android and iOS CarePredict app in a clear visualization, which we're happy to send you as well.
So there's equipment to buy, obviously, with this, and then a subscription, I assume?
Yes, the subscription is $69.99 per person per month. And the equipment is $449.99.
So $449 for the equipment, and then about $70 per month. And it's per individual as well, you were saying, because they each person would have to, if it's a couple, for instance, they'd both be wearing the wearable on the wrist. Correct.
Yeah, the second wearable can be purchased as well for another $200, and then there's an additional subscription cost for the second, for the second loved one in that home for another $30 per person per month.
Now, what you're doing with the coronavirus adds another dimension to this. Tell me about it.
Yes. What we found over the past 2 or 3 weeks as coronavirus has been running across the globe, we found that it's been alarming how many senior living communities and nursing homes have been impacted by COVID-19 cases. And in fact, since March 23rd, the number of communities has gone from 146 in the U.S. up to a skyrocketed number of 400 on March 30th. So almost a 172% increase in a week. And the challenges that nursing homes and senior living communities face is it's very difficult using conventional contact tracing techniques to identify, test, and isolate the contacts for a COVID-19 confirmed case. And the primary challenge is when you use contact tracing, what you do is you identify the contacts that a COVID-19 positive case has made over the past 14 days. And you're relying on that individual's recollection on who they came in contact with over those past 14 days and where they were in the community. So many times, significant number of contacts are missed, and as a result, those missed contacts could be potential carriers and vectors for COVID-19, whether they are asymptomatic or pre-symptomatic, and that they're rapidly spreading it throughout the community. And that's what we're seeing is happening. So we quickly, over the past 3 weeks, our company CarePredict developed a solution for automatic contact tracing, which allows us to quickly identify and isolate all the individuals that came in contact with a COVID-19 infected individual. And this includes the staff and residents over the past 14 days. And it's very, very powerful because now if an individual is in fact infected, they can actually go to that individual's profile in our software. This is in, say, the senior living community. And the staff can then identify, for instance, the resident, click on that resident and run our software. And then it simply goes through all of the exposures and the interactions that person has made with other individuals. So they may have come in contact over the past 14 days with 25 individuals. It would have it laid out by the person, the time, the day, and the exposure duration. So then all of those individuals can then be screened, and if in fact they test positive or are symptomatic, they can be quarantined, and this can significantly slow the spread and potentially even stop the spread in a community.
And my assumption is everybody in the community would have to be wearing your wristband for this to work properly, including staff members?
Yeah, that is correct. What we found is our wearable device, the Tempo, this is Series 3. It's a very highly functional device. So in our communities, our wearable is actually used as a digital key. So instead of using a traditional physical key, they use our wearable and swipe it at their outside door on their suite. So they can actually use that to enter into their suite, and it provides safety and security measures for them. The staff also enjoy wearing this because now they can communicate to other staff members and to the resident from their wearable device as well. So the two-way voice communication from the device makes it incredibly powerful, both for the staff and the residents, because if the resident is interested in concierge services, for instance, maybe wanting to watch television or change the channel on the TV, they can press the button on their wearable and it can communicate to the staff. And so it's very easy for them to use the product. And all the staff and residents share the product in the community. We've also equipped the wearable to communicate with smart workout equipment. So if a senior, for instance, is recognized as having a higher risk for a fall, they can swipe their wearable in the workout facility on the smart workout equipment, and it will give them a regimented workout to improve their strength and balance. So incredibly valuable information, and we found that over 95% of the residents and staff wear it 24/7.
What about the issue of keeping it charged if it's being worn 24/7?
Excellent question. In this Series 3, what we've developed is a swappable battery. So it's very reminiscent of one of those camcorders that we used to use in the 90s where you'd pop in a new battery. So we've made a very streamlined swappable battery that slides right out of the wearable after a few days, and then you pop in a new swappable battery right in the side. So you never have to take the wearable off. This is incredibly important. Traditional wearables, which require charging on a daily basis, and typically wireless charging, you would take the wearable off and put it on the wireless charger at night. That is incredibly difficult and actually not ideal for the senior population, because most incidences, whether it's a fall or a call for help, typically occur in the middle of the night. And in fact, this happened with my grandfather, that he was suffering from Lewy body dementia, and he was walking from his bedroom to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and that's when he fell. And this is very common, that seniors fall in the either bedroom or bathroom in the evenings. So with a traditional wearable, it would be sitting on the charger. And with our product, they wear it during the day and when they're sleeping at night.
Waterproof as well?
Yes, it's IP67. We don't recommend using soap around the device, just because that's a policy with most wearable devices, is the soap can actually become more problematic, but the water is fine.
For more information, where can people go?
Please visit CarePredict.com, CarePredict.com, CarePredict.com.
Jerry Wilmink, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Thank you so much.
Now this. How many companies out there have continued to innovate when it comes to building a better radio? I'm Fred Fishkin, host of Techstination, and I'm here to tell you about the new CC Skywave SSB radio from the wonderful people at C-Crane. Bob and his crew really love radio, and it shows in this new compact model that is packed with features. Beyond great AM and FM reception and sound, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world, listen to ham radio operators, aviation, and more. It's the radio you'll turn to every day, and in emergencies. It will run for nearly 3 days on just 2 AA batteries. Pair the sleep timer with the new Soft Speaker 3, and you've got the perfect radio for your nightstand. Of course, it can wake you up too. Click on C-Crane at Techstination.com and put in the code Techstination for a free flashlight with your order. They love radio, and you'll love C-Crane.